Hello Internet, welcome to another Monday Miniatures Ramble with me, Doc Eon. It is now Monday the 20th of May 2019 and I'm starting out with these two character minis that I, as I warned you, wanted to paint up as Marvel heroes. First off, we have the ReaperCon 2015 Sophie from Reaper Miniatures, which I've tried to do sort of Iron Man paint scheme on. And I mean, Iron Man is not female and doesn't have pointy ears, and doesn't use a submachine gun, but otherwise, you know, the armor. I tried to go with the red and gold with some pieces of silver that you sometimes see, and yeah, it turned out okay. I think it's difficult to shade and highlight these metallic colors because it's a metallic red, the signal red from Vallejo model color. The gold is a Reaper gold, I think. It's new gold from Reaper, and the silver is silver from, again, Vallejo model Air. But yeah. And here we have the hassle-free miniature, which I forget the name. I think it's called Major Stephanie, and I painted it sort of like Captain America. There's no A, but there's a blue, there's some blue, there's some white, and some red. Again, Captain America doesn't use a Tommy gun, but you know, I think she looks cool as well. So, relatively pleased with how those turned out. Next up, we have these male models showing off their stuff. These are the Incubi and the Cambion from Hassle-Free Miniatures, and I went with sort of the same paint scheme as for the Succubi. That is a very reddish skin tone with black hair, in the case of the ones that have hair, with some highlights in different colors. And yeah, they're something all right. Quite the exhibitionists. But this was an amusing project as well. And well, I don't know. There's not a whole lot I can say about them, really. Oh yeah, I should mention that for all these minis I've shown so far, there's going to be still pics at the end that will be taken with my new lightbox. I'm going to start experimenting with that, the lightbox I showed you last week from Green Stuff World, and I'm still trying to figure out the best settings for it, but we'll see what comes of it. Yeah. So, moving on.
And that is unfortunately all she wrote for this week, because these three, I haven't gotten much traction on them. There's a few details I've painted on them, but I just, yeah, I haven't prioritized them. I haven't felt like it. I need to find inspiration as usual. Sometimes I'm just not feeling it, and I don't know. These might be sitting on my table for a long time, but I'm gonna try not to let that happen and push them into the finished queue sooner rather than later. But you know, we'll see. Anyway, there's some new stuff that I've prepped. Let's look at that. Well, here's the two figures I want to paint tonight at the gaming store. Not much to say about them, really. They're kind of a dueling pair of pointing at each other here. That was not really something I was thinking about when I chose them, but it's a funny coincidence. As you can see, I've primed them gray. I did sort of a zenithal priming, really my dark German gray and then a lighter gray sprayed from above. Not really going to be that important for these guys, but well, it's a fun little addition. So yeah, you'll see next week whether I get these finished or not.
And say hello to the cat people. As you can see, I haven't gotten around to priming these yet, but they are assembled and cleaned up and based and gap filled to a certain extent.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna put a second layer of glue on the basing grit, and before I prime them, and yeah, and give the gap filling another once over, just to make sure that there aren't any hideous gaps left. But yeah, these are kind of interesting. They're very three-dimensional. They all have these tails sticking out. Some of them more than others, and they have arms and legs going every which way. So there were lots of pieces for a lot of these, and yeah, hopefully I've been able to hide the gaps. We'll have to see what sort of paint scheme I use for them. As I mentioned, the variety of fur is one possible issue, but once I decide what colors to use, it's not going to be that hard because it's not like they have any fur texture on them. They're very smooth, except in a few places. But another issue is, another question for me is, well, how do I paint the clothes, the pants specifically? They're almost all bare-chested, but they have these loose pants. And on the box pictures, they mostly, I think every one of them has striped pants, white and blue or white and red, most commonly. And the question is, do I want to do that? Because that is time intensive. That requires painting stripes. Requires a lot more time than just painting the pants one color. And do I want to put that work in for these mainly run-of-the-mill models? It sounds like I'm heading towards no, but you know, I also have this feeling that, ooh, that does look cool. I might want to try doing that. So, we'll just have to see.
Well, what have we here? Some interesting looking blister packs. This is something I pulled out of another deep recess of my collection of unpainted stuff. Found some boxes and that I'd forgotten I had. These are some resin minis. We have a female spellcaster here. We have a guy with a pistol and a sword. And we have some sort of demon. Where are they from? Well, they're from a company called Shield Wolf Miniatures. I got these as part of a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was mainly for some army figures, and those I have still not unpacked. They're still lying in the original box. But as add-ons, you could get some characters as well, and I picked up these among others, and I have a couple of more. But I think I want to prep these for next week's store painting project because they're kind of interesting. I mean, this is a mage, and this arc here is supposed to be fire, I suppose. She's tossing fire from one hand to the other, or from some sort of. She's a scroll in one hand. It's like it was a scroll of some sort of fire magic, and it's coming out of it and juggling it to the other hand. That's sort of interesting. And here's a guy who looks at home in the old world of Warhammer with a breastplate and a sword and some sort of flintlock or whatever pistol. He's got some big sort of backpack as well. I'm not sure what that is all about. Looks a little steampunky. And of course here we have some sort of demonic dude from the Kingdom of Hell. So yeah, I've never painted any of the minis I have from this company. That's the reason I'm curious. I want to unbox them and build them and paint them up and just see what they're like. That's my ambition. Now, as for home painting, what I'm going to do here at my usual table, well, I'll leave that until the outro after the break, where you see my numbers, and you might guess when you see those numbers what's going to happen. Surprise! I was surprised too. Guess what this is? This is my Bones 4 Kickstarter box. All 11.5 kilograms of it. Ugh, for you non-metric types, that's about 25 pounds worth of plastic. And, well, luckily my local pickup point is pretty close. I only had to lug this about 200 meters. But, let's not faff about, let's dig into unboxing this stuff. Now, a full unboxing of all of this stuff would be like hours long, and I don't think you would, well, some people would want to watch that, but I don't want to film and upload it. So I'm just going to rapidly cycle through what I see here, and, well, we'll see how far we get. So, first off, I had as add-ons a lot of their new bases. This is some of that. There's some more bases, and some more super big bases. And some smaller bases. Even more bases. Let's toss all the bases aside. Yes, even more. And and bases. These flying stands? Oh, I don't know. And these are bases too. And here we have a promotional thing for Bones Black. Because some of this is supposed to be Bones Black. We'll see if it turns out to be the case. Now, all this loose stuff is add-ons. Let's see if I remember what all of this is. Oh, okay. So this is the Dragon Turtle. It's a multi-part model, you could say. And this is also something big. Ooh, this is the tree ants. Oh my lord. This is like 100 pieces. It's going to be huge when it goes together. Huh. Well. And another enormous figure. This is the Rock. I'm assuming. Not in Dwayne Johnson, but the ROC. The bird from Arabian Nights. And here's the biggest bases of all. Whoops. This is the T-Rex, I believe. Looks like it. Sure does. Yep. What else do we have? Oh, this is the ginormous Cobra. Oh boy, yeah. Then we get into smaller stuff. This is flight stands. Huh. Well, let's toss that over there. And here, this could be the Wraiths. Yes. Oh, it actually says so. Wraiths. Haha. Good. And this is the zombie dragon with a sort of integral base. This is unmarked. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, these are the statues with plinths. I wonder what this is. Oh, this is the tree of despair. I think it's called Tree of Despair. Let's see if I can find some blue stuff here. What we got here? Fire Giant Huntsman. Right? Yeah, he looks like a fire giant. Sure does. This is unmarked again. I'm not sure. This could be the... I think it's the trolls. It's the rock trolls. Probably. I thought those were supposed to be Bones Black. Apparently not. And this could be another fire giant. No, it's hill giants. This is unmarked, but it looks like more giants. These are, I think these are frost giants. This is the hill giant huntsman. He's got a giant dog, so you can tell that he's a giant.
this is, what was it, Shub-Niggurath? Or was it Nyarlathotep? I forget which Cthulhuoid deity it was that was included in this one. But it's one of those. And here we have the Fantasy Scenics pack, which is not actually miniatures, but it's like scenery. The Triceratops. What we got? More flag stands. And oh, this is more statues, maybe. I think these are more of the statues. I'll look more into it later. And then we get into, okay, let's just more add the stuff here. We have paints. Various paint sets. Yeah, I don't know. Bring all those up. We have these. We have the Dreadmere expansion, which they haven't pictured all the stuff on it, but it's there. We have the Dark Reach expansion. What do we see here? No, just a few examples. The Fan Favorites expansion. Yes. The Lost Valley expansion, which is the biggest one, probably because it contains some really big figures like these. I think there's some more dinosaurs in there. How to prep and paint your bones. Advertising, stuff. And here we have the actual core set, which was the main thing, which includes like a big dragon and a lot of other big models. So, wow, yeah. I just going through and taking inventory of all this is going to take forever. So, and I won't subject you to that. I'll do more individual like unboxings of the various parts of this as I get around to start painting them. I'm gonna pick out something out of all this to prep for next week. I don't know what yet. It'll be a surprise for you as well as for me what shows up prepped and primed next Monday. But anyway, yeah, I've got my work cut out for me. Certainly. So, that was a lot of ground covered this episode. I hope you liked it. Click like if you did, subscribe if you haven't done so, leave a comment on what you thought was especially interesting. Share the video with people you like, and join me again here in another week. I'll be here next Monday, same channel, same sort of time of day. And yeah, see you then. Till then, I'm Dakian, and I'm signing off.